Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really know you are.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Brittany, and I'm back with another video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that. Y'all know why this episode was more so giving Ricardo's Cabaret, you know. And like I said, I'm really loving the addition of him to the show, even though you can really see that he's real irritated with a lot of them. But I like Ricardo. So yeah, let's get into it. So the episode starts with, you know, everyone landing in Vegas and everyone is excited to be in Vegas. But we learned that Erica, Oceans, and Drea have smoke with Lexi, and they're upset because they feel like Lexi has their name in her mouth and woo. But it's just like, all Lexi said was that they did not have to jump Kanaya. And she said she told them that. So I don't know why they have smoke with Lexi. Like, they're just mad because Lexi's not getting with their program of jumping Kanaya with them. So they're just going to find a way to go against her and use that as an excuse. And it's just like, they are so corny. Then Ocean sitting here talking about, I don't trust nobody that gotta give money to a pimp. Erica talking about, oh, I'm gonna handle that on my own time. And Drea sitting here talking about Lexi got crusty panties. And it's just like, they really don't got nothing else to discuss or talk about. Like, because when y'all was just cool with Lexi, this wasn't the case. And then on top of that, Oceans, you see here talking about giving money to a pimp, but it low-key look and sound like Joseline doing the same thing to y'all. So it's just like, let's not judge. But then Danny's on the bus with them and they're just like, oh, Danny, you were on the bus with them. Like, what happened? And Danny was just like, you know, like, yeah, y'all are reaching. It's not even what y'all are trying to make it seem. Like, we were just discussing what happened. And she just said her piece of what happened. It was not like a diss to y'all. And it's just like, yeah, thank you, Danny. Like, it literally just gives that they want an issue with Lexi because Lexi is cool with Kanaya. Because when Lexi wasn't cool with Kanaya and she got into that fight earlier with, you know, the new girls and whatnot, y'all didn't care about crusty panties and pimps and whoop. Like, y'all are like I said, anybody that just that goes against their program, they just don't like them. First, it was Sky, but Sky got with the program, so it's just like, okay, they cool with Sky. Now it's Kanaya, then it's Chinx, now it's Lexi, and it's just like, they are just so weird this season. So we finally get to rehearsals, and then when we get to rehearsals, we see that Neek is upset, you know, because I guess her spot was changed and, you know, she forgot, so she got to the wrong spot. So she's arguing with someone. But the thing is, when it was something with Kanaya in a spot, Des and them wanted to fight over it. And Kanaya wasn't even popping off out the mouth like them, like Neek was. Neek was sitting here going off on them. Neek was even going back and forth with Ricardo at a certain point. And Ricardo was just like, yeah, like, you owe me an apology, B. So it's just like, but I peeped that. So Neek and Joseline can yell at y'all, but y'all draw the line at Kanaya. Like I said, weird. So Joseline walks in and she's just like, oh, where's Chinx? Like, we see that Chinx isn't there, and we see that Chinx is never there with them. So Joseline's just like, you know, Ricardo, let's go outside and let's talk to Chinx. And Ricardo was over it. When Chinx pulled up, Ricardo was just like, look, are you ready to work or not? And Chinx was just like, you know, I'm ready to work. But the girls, Ricardo was just like, oh, okay, you ready to work? I'm about to bring out everybody that said they want to fight you, and we about to handle this right here, right now, because I'm over it. I was like, yes!
Well, hello there.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us. You good?
I'm fine.
You ready to work?
Right now, it's like...
It's yes or no. Come on. You need to get your rocks off. Whoever got smoke with you, I'm about to bring them out. Fuck it. Let's get it done.
Y'all getting on my nerves, so handle that shit. And once you handle that, be done with it. And we get in here and we do what we need to do.
But when Ricardo brings out the person that wants to fight Chinx, Egypt comes out. And I was just like, oh, this is about to go downhill. Because, first of all, I was shocked that Egypt came out, because it's just like on the bus, she said she wanted her ones with Oceans, Erica, and Des. So you would think, and then her and Oceans got into a little scuffle on the bus. So you would think if anybody wants to fight Chinx, it would be either those three. But Egypt walks out, and Egypt says she wants to fight Chinx because Chinx went online and said that she got jumped by T-Love and Egypt. And it's just like, I thought we were past this whole her and T-Love thing fighting, because then it's just like, oh, I want to fight you because you snuck her. But her and T-Love fought over that like 3 times already, you know. So it's just like, Egypt, it's just like she just wanted to low-key beat somebody's ass, because it's just like she knew she was going to go out there and whoop Chinx's ass, and that she did. So yeah, you know, Egypt gave it to Chinx. She did. And then right afterwards, Ricardo's just like, okay, you good? You know, we can go practice again? Yeah. Chinx, talk to me.
Anybody else up?
Are we done?
Are you want to square anybody else up?
Are we done?
All right, you ready to rehearse? You ready to work? You got your rocks off? Chinx, talk to me.
I feel bad for Chinx. She just got her ass beat by Egypt. That shit was crazy. I felt so bad for that poor child.
So Chinx wants to come back in to practice still. So Joseline is just trying to talk to her and be like, yeah, let's come in and practice. So as Chinx and Joseline are talking, Egypt takes that opportunity to bink and sneak the out of Chinx. I was like,
There, she did her one. Hey.
and look, Chinx even said, like, look, I should have had my, you know, head on my shoulders more, looking out more, because I know I be sneaking people. So it's like, it's, you know, not really shocked that somebody snuck me. But it's just like, Egypt sitting here talking about that's for T-Love. It's like, girl, you already done beat the girl up outside her, and her and T-Love fight over this whole sneaking and fighting thing like 3 times already. Like, I feel like that was low-key kind of unnecessary. She just wanted to, you know, add a little cherry on top of the ice cream and whatnot. And it's just like, to me, it was low-key kind of corny. So I'm glad that afterwards, you know, her and Joseline kind of had a little moment and hugged, and Joseline's just like, you know what? You deserved your spot. You deserve to be here. You got it. Basically saying that Chinx has gotten into enough fights and got her ass whooped so many times that she didn't walk away. So it's just like, dang, maybe you are here and not just here for camera time, because you know you get your ass whooped on TV too much. So Joseline walks back in with Chinx, and she tells everybody to chill. Chinx is gonna be here. She fought just as hard as you guys, and if anyone has an issue with it, then you know it's just going to be an issue somewhere else, just not here. And so Danny's just like, but Joseline, she lied to us. How could we trust her again? And I was just like, girl, shut up. And it's like, the cadence of her talk is what killed me. But the funniest thing is when Joseline was walking towards her, and she was like, no, Big Mama, please stop.
Why the fuck is she looking like this?
She lied and betrayed and played on us,
Would you-
Joseline. So, no, Big Mama, please, no.
Bitch, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, it's not funny, but at the same time it is. Because the fear Joseline puts in these girls is literally insane. All she was about to do was walk towards her and point in her face. And even though Joseline was kind of going in, it's just like the fear in Danny's voice when she's talking about, oh no, Big Mama, please stop. I was just like, Danny, come on now. Like, I wish everybody could be like Beak and Isis and just tell Joseline no. Because it's just like, that was ridiculous. Then Egypt tries to say something as well, and Joseline also tells her to STFU. And then T-Love wants to be laughing like, oh, ha, 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 that's why she got beat up, that's why she got beat up. And she's trying to kind of joke with Joseline about it, and Joseline telling her to shut up. But the thing is, T-Love, like, Joseline said outside that she could care less about anybody. Like, at the end of the day, she's still a boss, and it's still a job. And it's just like we said, Joseline don't even like them, and they let her treat her like this. Like, it's crazy. Like, but Jocelyn really does not like T-Love, because anytime T-Love try to have a little moment, a kiki with her, like, Jocelyn just shuts it down. Like, she do not find T-Love amusing.
T-Love, be quiet. Do what you do best. Put a dick in your mouth right now. But don't say a word. Chinx is here to stay, and I need y'all to grow the fuck up and shut the fuck up.
So then we go to the Vegas show, and honestly, I felt like it was nice, but my favorite part was her solo with Neek. You know, and it's like, she always talk about she don't like Neek, and even when they were performing, I could see that she was putting her finger in her face. Like, Jocelyn is so messy, but it's like, their solo together, it was good. You know, I feel like they have good chemistry, so it's just like, I'll be upset when Jocelyn be going in on her so much. So it's just like, cause like, y'all dance good together. But at the end of the performance, you know, everybody comes out and it's just like, woo, Jocelyn, yay. And Lexi Go just so happens to be standing next to her. So Jocelyn's just hyping up Lexi Go, like, oh my gosh, I love her body, you know, woo, woo. And she just so happens to say, maybe Lexi Gold is going to be the person that I pick to run the cabaret when I'm gone and pregnant. And Drea is just like, oh, hell no.
Jocelyn pulls Lexi out and she's like, you know, this is the girl that I think I might want to run the cabaret, woo woo. And I honestly saw red. I was like, everything I worked hard for just got pissed down the toilet. Nothing means anything anymore. I'm a waste of space. Why am I even here?
Because, you know, Drea that's been her little spot. Jocelyn's been the one telling Drea, like, oh yeah, you know, when I'm gone, you can run the cabaret and woo woo woo. So that's been the dream that Drea's been, you know, hoping on, that she can run the cabaret whenever Jocelyn's gone, or etc. You know, she wants to, you know, be house mom, cabaret leader. You know, she wants to be Jocelyn's number one. Like, she always doing things for Jocelyn and woo woo woo. So no lie, even though I feel like Jocelyn just said that in a moment because Lexi was next to her, I feel like it could have been anybody standing next to her and she would have just said something like that too. But no lie, if I was Drea, I would have felt some type of way about that too. No shade, because it's just like, yeah, why are you always playing on my top? Like, what's that? So afterwards, we get to the next day and they're on the way to dinner. And on the way to dinner, you know, Lexi Gold is talking and she just briefly talks about how she's over the drama with anybody and everyone. She says she could even talk to Chinx if she wants to. And she said that's big for her because, you know, Chinx had to make some terrible accusations about her. So she said at a certain point, she couldn't even be in the same room as her. And she said now, you know, she's just over the drama. So it's just like, okay, you know, good for Lexi. On the other bus, Drea has her hoodie on, no makeup on, not dressed up. She is not feeling it. And she lets the girls know that she's in the cab with, that if she does not hear what she wants to hear tonight from Jocelyn, that she is going home.
If I don't hear what I want to hear, this might be my last day here. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I spent too much time. I spent too much time away from my kids for this shit to be told I'm not doing what I need to do to be here when all of y'all know I fucking put my blood, sweat, and tears into this shit. I do so much for this shit.
And like I said, her feelings are valid. Cause it's just like, yeah, I won last year, the 50K last year and woo woo woo. But you said you promised me this. And I keep doing this, and this for you. And you stay yelling in my face, not giving me my credit on stage and playing with my top. Keep holding this whole Hennessy thing over me. So it's just like, yeah, Jocelyn, like, what's tea? But I honestly do feel like if Drea really feels this way, then it's like, girl, no, I agree. Go be home with your family, your kids and whatnot. Because it's like, yeah, because if you're not going to run the cabaret like Jocelyn promised you, you just look stupid, you know, getting yelled at by a grown-ass lady on TV with a butt plug, you know, like, no shade, no shade. So Ricardo is at the restaurant, and when the girls get to the restaurant, they run in and they're like, woo! Ricardo's just rolling his eyes and he's like, they're here. Like, he can't stand it. And as soon as they sit down, of course, where's Chinx? And it's like, apparently she's in a hospital because, you know, I ain't gonna lie, Egypt did get to her real good. So I'm not shocked that she in a hospital getting her nose fixed, because it's just like, yeah. But Ricardo gives everyone their flowers, saying that, you know, the dance and the performances have been real good, and, you know, he just wants everybody to relax. But then he sees Drea's face, and he's just like, yo, what's wrong with you? And she's just like, she wastes no time. She's just like, yeah, you know, I feel like people are trying to take my spot, but they can't really take my spot. You know, anybody can spit 16 bars, and it's just like, I really don't get why people are trying to take my spot. And Lexi Gold is just like, look, I didn't even know Joseline was going to say that. Like, you need to be getting smoke with Joseline and checking Joseline. You sitting here mad at me. And Lexi's just like, well, maybe I could run the cabaret. Like, maybe you're really mad because you feel like I could run the cabaret. But it's just like, honestly, I don't think Joseline's gonna let any of them run the cabaret. It's like, I just feel like this is just a little thing that she's dangling in front of their face. Like, I'll be shocked if Joseline actually goes, has a kid, and then instead of Joseline being there, it's Drea running it. Like, I'll be actually kind of gagged, like, for real. No lie, the person that I felt like had the best chance of actually, like, running the cabaret, though, was Neek. But because, you know, she has this kind of back and forth little jealousy thing with Neek, I feel like that's kind of nipped in the bud. So it's just like, honestly, like I said, Drea's feelings are valid, but she needs to take that up with Joseline and not Lexi. But like I said, I feel like Joseline could have been standing next to anybody and she would have said that. But the fact that it wasn't Drea and she's been promising Drea this, like, I can see why it's kind of like, damn, slap in the face. So Ricardo's just like, oh, no, we're not about to argue right here with all this coal and fire. She said, yeah, let's move to the table and let's eat. But he just really wanted it to be more of an open space just because something throws down. So as soon as we get to the table, Drea and Lexi are still going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So Drea ends up throwing something at Lexi, and then they stand up to square up, and that's where we end it. Damn it. And it's just like, Drea's not scary, but she must have been real mad to the point where she calling out big ass Lexi Gold. Like, but like I said, she better have that same smoke for Joseline, the person that actually said it. So it's just like, yeah, next week it's gonna be Lexi versus Drea, Oceans versus Lexi. Oceans and Danny get into a little emotional little thing. Joseline comes, and then we have Des versus Kanaya. And it's just like, woo, yeah. But yeah, let me know how y'all feel about this episode. I feel like it's lame that they turning on Lexi. I feel like Drea's feelings are valid. So it's just like, yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. And so until the meantime, just make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe, share, all that.